Psychologist Maxie Maltzby identified 4 fears which are common to men and women everywhere. They are the fear of being wrong, the fear of failure, emotionally uncomfortability, and the fear of rejection. It is this final fear, the fear of rejection, that is our topic today. Maltzby believed that it was these collective fears which kept us from pursuing and accomplishing big goals, even the dreams of our hearts. The problem with rejection is that it inflicts both emotional and physical pain. The American Psychological Association says that rejection affects our emotions, our cognition, and our physical health. Rejection activates our fight or flight response, elevating our heart rate, increasing our blood pressure, and stimulating our stress hormones. Additionally, dopamine levels decrease, opening a path to sadness, grief, and loss of motivation. Some deal with rejection by introducing a new mindset, complete with a positive reframing of outcomes, so as not to become discouraged. You see this advice often in sales and self-help literature. There is research that supports the idea that the best way to combat the negative feelings of rejection is focused attention on one's own personal strengths and abilities. Additionally, some suggest the way to face rejection is by dividing up your life into separate compartments, a type of siloization of the soul, so as not to let the negative contaminate the whole. The goal with this is to keep yourself from feeling the rejection and letting it get you down. If you can keep your mind from feeling the pain, then the theory goes, you can press forward. Which brings us to Jesus. How did he deal with rejection? The scriptures are replete with references to Jesus' experience dealing with rejection. He was, as Isaiah prophesied, rejected of men, which to me suggests rejection at a personal level. The Book of Mormon also adds that his message was rejected by his own people because of iniquity and will be rejected in the future by the Gentiles. Instead of focusing on his own talents and abilities, which were immense, the scriptures indicate that he focused on the needs and wants of others, and he commands us to do likewise. In fact, he has so organized his church to administer to members through his assigned agent, the bishop, according to their wants and needs. Jesus calls this approach his law. So one thing we learn from Jesus in dealing with either the fear of or real rejection is to focus on others. Jesus was motivated to do the will of his Father. To the Nephites, he indicated that he suffered the will of the Father in all things from the beginning. And to the Jews, he testified, "For I came down from heaven not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me." Jesus happily pursued the will of the Father. His work was to learn his Father's will and to do it. It was this process of discovery and implementation which kept him moving forward in spite of frequent and personal rejection. And there lies the great lesson for each of us. There is no record of Jesus compartmentalizing his life as he fulfilled his mission and endured to the end. To the contrary, Jesus, like us, had to feel it intimately and personally. His rejection was to be of the every kind variety, as Alma testified. Clinical detachment was not in the program. Our lives are so designated to help us feel in such a way that we will learn what is good and right and choose it freely. Jesus, the perfect example, shows us how to do this perfectly. So let us follow his example, the example of the Son of God, and wear out our lives in the pursuit of his work and glory, so that all things may work together for our good and to his name's glory.